Right, so here's the gate we're going to be looking at as the video goes on. I'm going to go ahead and start this video in just a second. Just want to see you guys see what you're looking at when it's done, and then you guys can watch the process, and at the end we'll talk about it a little bit. Alright, so I'll see you guys at the end of the video, and enjoy. Please leave a comment, anything you like or dislike about it, or if you think it's crazy or perfect or whatever, tell me. Thanks, it helps me make the next video much better. Thanks. Alright, so we're doing a putting in the gate here. I want to show you what we're doing right now. Cutting up around these old posts, getting them out of here. Gonna break that concrete out. Got this one already broke out. And right now I just took a putty knife like this here, shoved this in the thermostat wire here into the ground. Now I'm just taking the caulking. This is just silicone caulking, kind of filling it back up like GA. This is I think it's 18.2. So yeah, that's the first part here. We're gonna fill that in. I already got this part done down here. See, it looks like that. You just fill this in the ground. Alright. Yeah, and this blade was from the dollar store. They used to have them there. I don't know if they do anymore, but I bought a bunch of them. They were really cheap. I haven't started this thing up in forever. Let's hope it's got enough battery. Must have been at least a couple months. I guess I should check the oil and gas, but let's see if she starts. That's on the glow plugs right there. Let's see what happens. Bring the fuel up. Lever over there is the gas. Almost sounds like it's got a miss because it's 3-cylinder. And I think a couple of the glow plugs are done. Ah, it's still running. Look at that. Full start. Gotta bring this thing up, it always leaks. Alright, let's go move some heavy stuff. Got to get over there and move those poles, and I don't want to carry them by hand, so let's see how she does. Okay, so I got to get these heavy poles. They are 1/4-inch steel, so they're pretty heavy, into that bucket. So you know, I have my forks I can put on here, but maybe I can just bring this down a little bit and then tilt this just a little bit more. What do you guys think? Maybe I could just tilt this and just kind of put them on there. I don't know, maybe it'll work. What do you think? Let's give it a shot, and then if it doesn't work, we can always use it the other way. Let's give it a try. I'll put you guys over here where you can see, and let's see how it goes. The worst thing that'll happen is it'll fall. Let's try it. Alright, so that worked. We'll see if we can get them up front. Take a look and get up there. Alright, so the careful thing, you don't want to lift it up too high. Because if I lift it up too high, these things are going to come right back at me if I hit the throttle too hard. So the trick is slow and steady. So I'm in like a really, really low gear if you haven't figured that out. I'm going to bring it up in a little higher one here. Let's go for like 7. 8. It doesn't like that gear. Get stuck in one of those gears over there. Put it in high. A little more gear there. Still in a low gear. Got a little ways to go. I got kind of flat tires. Alright, so I'll meet you guys up in the front. I'll see you guys up there when we get there. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to bring these down slowly, but let's just see how it goes. I don't know. This thing's really touchy. And they're going to fall off of here at some point. Big noise coming. Maybe not. Gotta get the wheel turned here really sharp, and then I'm going to set them all the way down. Here we go. Oh, there goes the big noise. Sorry for the late delay on that one. Just a bit of a tire pull. That's probably it. Put a little air in there. And then let's do what we should have done before we started. Check the oil. What do you think, you guys? You think it's going to be full? It does leak. Can't really tell. Gotta wipe it. Let me get right here. Well, not good. I need to put some oil in here. Let me do that before I run it anymore. There's nothing. Nothing. Nope. No oil. And it's just down below. It has a little crack and it always holds a little bit below, so I'll go ahead and fill it up now. Alright, so it's all almost 2 quarts low. Not too bad, but that's a little low. It's alright just for that little short run. Just always check your oil on your tractor, because especially when it leaks. This thing has the oil pan. Good thing I poured it all over it too. Made a nice mess, but in tractor land that's kind of normal for me, at least. Anyway, but yeah, the old thing leaks a little bit because the pan is cracked, and they're not available to buy new. So this is a very old tractor, and they're not really very easy to weld. So it's a cast iron. So anyway, but yeah, that's all my wonderful oil dripping all over the ground. It's just a normal thing around here. So yeah, you guys with your clean driveways, you wouldn't like me. It sounds a little better. No, I don't know. It doesn't sound much different. It's nice to have oil again, though. Alright. So anyway, we're going to get some more heavy stuff. We'll get out front and see what's going on. We're going to get that gate done. So here's what we got so far here. We got these big, giant, fat, thick posts. These are like 1/4-inch steel. We went for the strongest stuff. And then they're in the ground 2'6" or a little bit further than that, and out of the ground 6 feet. So that should be enough for a heavy gate. That one's the same, almost 3 feet in the ground. Actually 3 feet we put in the ground. So that's 5'6" above ground, 3 feet above below ground. It should be at least 25%. We're going for a little bit overkill. We don't want to have a saggy gate. So we're mixing up concrete right now. We're using this stuff here. Concrete mix. We got accelerator right here. I'll set you guys up over here and you can watch for a little while. I'm going to put you guys over here so you don't get stuff in your eyes. I don't want you guys to get stuff in your eyes or anything. So, water, a little splatter or anything like that. So I'll put you guys about right over here, and then I'll put you guys on hyperlapse. So we got these all concreted in, and if you guys were able to watch that part of it, we actually, of course, didn't buy enough concrete, but I had a whole bunch of bags of stuff laying around. And you know, this isn't, of course, by the book or by any codes or anything like that, but I've found that it works. You know, I'm not telling you to do it. If you do it on your own, do it at your own risk. But let me tell you something. Here's what we did. We didn't have enough concrete, but we had a lot of Portland cement. You know, I had an extra bag of Portland. So let me tell you an old trick is, okay, where's your leverage points on these posts? Okay, the very top has leverage, and the very bottom of the post in the ground has leverage. So the stress points are at the top and at the bottom. In the middle, basically, it's just ballast. But it's nice if it's strong and it's sturdier. It does help. But what we did is something we call concrete donuts. And I'm gonna get a ton of hate for this, but it does. I've done it before. This works. You guys, like I said, for me it works. If you guys want to try it, do it at your own risk. If you don't want to try it and you think I'm an idiot, tell me in the comments. Love to hear it. And tell me how I'm an idiot, and then show me your video. I'd like to see how you do it too. But anyway, so let's talk about this for a second. So the top and the bottom are the leverage points. In the middle, what we did is we used dirt and rocks, and then what we did is we throw Portland cement. You know, so we put in a little bit of dirt and we put a little Portland cement down. We put a little more dirt and we put a little Portland cement. And then what it does is that cement kind of soaks into the dirt and turns it into like almost like concrete. Okay, hard, heavy. That's what we're looking for. Hard and heavy. We're not looking for super strong on the middle. Okay, the top and the bottom, yes, we want those strong. The middle doesn't matter as much. So that's our little theory. That's my theory on it. You know, like I said, it's not by the code book. It's by the, if you don't have it and you feel like you want to try it, that's up to you. That's the book it's from, I'll tell you. So anyway, we'll continue on. I'll let you guys check out the next venture, and I'll make sure that you guys don't get anything in your eyes. So you need to worry about your eye protection. Well, anyway, we got these all poured out, and of course there's a little bit of dirt around them, so I hosed these ones down, and I also got a little bit of water on there, which gave it some aggregate, but not worried about it. You know, I could have sat there and redid it again, made it look smoother. I'm not looking for a real high quality finish. We're in the country, we're not in the city. We're trying to make everybody, all our neighbors, impressed. We just want a gate that works, that looks nice, you know, when it's all done from 20 feet away, which we'll have when we're done. You guys will see in the beginning of the video. So anyway, we've got this post set, this one done, and for you guys who are wondering if it was strong, yeah, it's plenty strong. It will hold that weight, no problem, even with the dirtcrete or dirt donuts that we put in the middle, because it did have, you know, the strength is at the top and the bottom. So we put, you know, really hot concrete in the bottom, and we did concrete that's regular mix in the top. In fact, I did put a couple extra shovels of cement in there to make it really super strong. That makes it like a 7-sack mix or something like that. So anyway, so this all done. We're gonna start building the fence, and we'll let you guys watch in a little bit. Once my help gets here, it's gonna take a little bit too much for one person to move this stuff around and actually hold them in place while we weld them, you know. Because what we're gonna do is, versus we could build this, measure it out, and we would probably get the angle wrong. So that's why, because of this is on a slope, really heavy slope, and it makes it a difficult gate to build, by the way. You don't see anybody else who has one of these online. But so the easiest way we figured was to go ahead and put the piece that we want across here, cut it into place where we want just one going all the way across, and then what we'll do is we'll just weld our pieces on, and then we will separate, we'll go ahead and separate the two gates after we're done, and then we'll go ahead and make those into two gates after we're done. But we're going to go ahead and just build it in place, and then we're going to put our wood on afterwards, all up and mounted. And then we'll go ahead and put the hinges on and make it so it opens up. And then this one here, we have to do an offset hinge. I'll show you that later in the video to make it go uphill. So anyway, you got to make sure you get enough gate opener strength. So I got probably the largest one I can get. Other than I didn't go to like one of the major brands, which would be really, really expensive, like Liftmaster or something like that. Would be like $2 grand for one of those from what I was looking at. So I wasn't gonna go that direction. Don't want to have that kind of budget. And it's gonna go uphill, and I got the one that holds like up to a 20-foot gate, so that should be fine. It should be able to go uphill like that, hopefully, for right. Maybe not. We'll find out later. Stay in the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next portion. This is what we got so far. So we took 3-inch, 1 inch by 3 inch. Our wood's gonna go on the back side here. And then this is 1 inch by 2 inch, and then you'll have a 4 inch on the top, a little 3-inch band, and a 4 inch on the bottom. So those are in the ground. Went and got some regular stainless steel hinges. We're not gonna have this screwed in. I'm gonna weld it, but we just wanna make sure it was in the right place. So we use the screws to place it. That way we know it's level from here to here. And then our door will be square. Should be fine there. And so that's that. That's what we're working on right now. And then I'm going to show you guys something else here in a second. So this is what our wood looks like. I'll show you how you make that. So this is like a Japanese wood technique. I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong. I'm sure somebody will comment on this, right or wrong. And I'd love to see your comments, by the way. Good or bad, either way. Just go ahead and make those comments. And this is what we're going to do is I'm actually, to get that wood to look like that, I'm actually burning it with a torch. And what that's supposed to do is actually keep the termites from liking the wood. Now, I don't know if I'm supposed to burn it more than this or less than this, but this is how I'm doing it because I don't want to do too much work trying to take off all the charcoal. But I think this will be enough to at least stop them from coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do some of this while you guys are watching. So let me put you guys right over here. Let's see. How about right there? I think you guys can see okay. take a wire brush and knock off the excess charcoal. You can do a better job some than others. If you burn it too much, you can take some of that off. You do this with the grain. Alright, I'll bring you guys over here and take a look. So make sure you didn't get anything in your eyes. So I had to get you guys nice and far away. So there you go. How about that? That's, you just do that with a wire brush. If you get too much charcoal, then you can wire brush it a little bit more and try and bring it back so that it looks right. That's the way I'm doing it. I mean, whether it's right or wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys say though. And I'll show you the next step real quick. Yeah, really, you can set the house on fire. Okay, Watco oil is what I'm using on it, because we in California don't have any exterior wood stain. If you have, well, they do, but it's water-based. If you have some of this, the oil-based wood stain, that stuff probably worked better than this. But I'm just using this because because of the lack of resources. I don't know if this stuff's really any better than, basically, I don't know. Is it better than linseed oil? Tell me. I don't know. Honestly, if you've used it, have an opinion about it, either way, let me know. But I'm using that, and then what I'm doing is just, all it does is soak into the wood and then preserve it. So, and being oil, you need an oil. You don't really want a water-based acrylic. Not for this. And just kind of soaks into it. Yeah, they say to use a rag, but obviously I'm not using a rag. All right, let's take a look at see how it turns out. If you guys can see. So you just put on there. I'm going to cut off the top foot of these. So just put it on with a Slim Jim roller is what I'm doing. It just soaks in, and it kind of turns dead flat, pretty much. So I just coat the whole thing. Then that makes the wood look kind of neat. It's not just for the look of the burned look of the wood. It's actually to preserve the wood and keep it from getting termites, and it actually is supposed to make the wood last longer. Does it work? I don't know. Ask the Japanese guys, or ask the guys who comment. Love to see it. Alright, so I'll go ahead and finish this up, and I'll bring you guys back in the video in a little bit. Alright, so I got the whole thing all put together. This is the section we're at right now. And we're going to go ahead and put the primer on this. So I have an oil base black primer. Just so you know, if they have this available at the metal supply places, and it's not, you know, the best paint you can buy, but it's available in oil base. And it's not, you know, it's better than nothing. It's a lot better than maybe even a water-based product, but you know, for the first coat. But it's nothing special, you know. So it rolls horrible, rolls kind of crappy. If you thin it and spray it, it doesn't last very long. So you kind of have to. And of course, there's really nothing in California to clean up with. Oh, we have paint. They used to have paint thinner, and now pretty much all that's gone. So anyway, I'll go ahead and put you guys back behind me and get you guys nice and far away so you don't get any paint on you. Hate for that to happen. And I'll get you guys nice and far away, put it on fast motion so you don't have to sit here and watch this whole boring process. And you can maybe check it out and see the good part without the bad. Alright, so these here are all built, put together. So we're going to be cutting and doing this. I'm just going to put you guys on hyperlapse, let you watch all this stuff going on. All right, so pretty much we're all done with the gate. It's not completely done, but we're going to walk around it, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we ended up finding out as we went, and some of the products we use and things like that to help you if you're trying to have a gate on a slope like this. It's actually, there's not many videos out that show people how to build a gate on a slope, but I'm going to kind of walk you through that now. And right now we have the remote, which works perfectly. I need to finish up my wiring. I'm going to put those under some protection. I got some screws I got to still put in it. But if you see how the gate's opening right now, you see how the gate to the right is tilting. It's actually also going upward. It's hard to tell, but that's what's happening there. It's tilting back and it's going upward at the same time. So let's see how that I was able to do that. If you are on a slope, this is what you need, is you need an offset hinge. So what you have here is the bottom hinge sticks way out. If you wanted it to be closer to the ground, you'd have to have it stick out quite a bit further, and I didn't really want to do that. My dog won't be able to get through here, so I'm not really worried about him coming underneath the gate, even though it is kind of high off the ground. But it also does help with the water hitting the ground, not rusting the bottom, even though I've painted the bottom of it. Everything's been painted, all the sides. If you notice the paint job isn't the greatest, that's because we're in California, and California's oil base is absolutely it's like tar and water, or basically, or tar and lacquer thinner. And as soon as you touch the roller on it, it just starts to dry, and it never flows out. It's just terrible. So anyway, kind of ignore the smoothness in the paint. About 6 months from now, I can change it to a water base. They have water based products that work really well, but they don't go over brand new metal very well, because you never can get all the oils off of the metal. There's just too many nooks and crannies for it to stay in. So we're going to go ahead and shut the gate. And you notice they go fast, and they come down a nice slow part right here, where they come down together so that it doesn't slam itself shut. Put this little here spring-loaded piece in here. Simple latch. I didn't want anything crazy. I want to spend a lot of money. I wanted it to be two things. I wanted it to be private, number one, and I wanted it to be able to work on this slope, and I want it to be low maintenance. So what we did is this burning process. If you saw earlier in the video, this burning process is actually some Japanese technique. Done right or wrong, let me know in the comments. Anyway, we burned the wood, then we put oil on it, and did the best product we could get in California, which is basically the teak oil. I don't know what else there is. I don't even know if it's really any better than, let me know if you think it's any better than linseed oil. I don't even know if it is. It's just like, you can hardly feel it or see it in there now, so I'm hoping it actually does the job. But you can see the wood looks different after it has the oil on it, so there must be something still in it. And I still need to put some more screws in. I have another box of screws I just got. These are all stainless. Got them on. These are 1 1/4 inch, and these are what we ended up, the design I made myself, because I wanted, like I said, maintenance free. I can take a cardboard shield, hold it right here, and use a Slim Jim roller and paint all around here, and touch this up, make it look good over and over if I want to. Of course, I'm going to sand it probably before I do that the next time, to make it paint a little bit smoother, because like I said, the water base is actually better than the oil. So, but it doesn't go over the brand new raw metal very well. It would have peeled. So I'd rather just use this as like a primer, but it does take like 6 months for this to dry. Really, that's crazy. 6 months, but that's what it takes. That's the California oil base. So we went with 2x2. I think these are 0.75 thick, which is what, 1/8 inch, or no, it's I forget what it is. And then we went with these here are the same thickness. This is a 3 inch, and then we used this is a 1x3, and a 1x2 here, and that makes it so that the wood can be bolted against there, and again, it can be easily removed and replaced if it has to be done. And again, the wood shouldn't need to be replaced probably in my lifetime, I'm hoping. Maybe not. If not, let me know what you think. Anyway, we went with these opener here. I looked around, I was trying to find the best quality opener, and of course, you know, you got the Lift Masters and all that stuff in there. A couple grand for one of those, and these are like for homeowner style gates. They have, like, you know, your ones you get at Home Depot, or they have them on Amazon, and they're called Mighty Mule. Then I looked at the reviews on those, and I wasn't really happy with the reviews. I saw a lot of people with problems with them. I looked at the reviews on these, and genuinely, I thought they were not fake reviews. I thought they were real reviews, and I thought they were pretty good. And so I went with these E8 ones, and I'll be doing a review on actually the installation, which was a little different than the instructions show. Yeah, so you want to stay tuned for that, and that will tell you more about how that was done and how they work out. And they actually work really well. There's really, unlike the Mighty Mule, there's no adjustment, and you know, you have to kind of set up and find your start and finish point, and you know, make it in the memory of the thing and all that stuff. These here, what's cool is when they sense resistance, they stop. So for safety reasons, let's say I parked my car right here and I didn't realize it was right here, and the gate started to open, they would hit the car and stop, and then it would just stay there until I push the button again, then it would close. So it actually has a soft closing mechanism that works pretty good. And it also has an automatic adjustment, so it was really easy to set up. So anyway, that's why I went with those. And these are 100% stainless steel. They're not plastic, like some of them are. So I thought in the sun, plastic is gonna, you know, get bad. The stainless steel will be protected better, not rust. I don't know about the mechanism inside. Maybe there is some plastic, but if it's protected by stainless steel, at least that'll help keep the sun from doing damage to it. So that's why I went with those. The hinges I got everything from a wrought iron supply called Riverside Ornamental Iron. If you're in Riverside, Riverside Ornamental Iron is the best place to buy iron stuff. It's a lot cheaper than like IMS Metal Supply. And look at that fat good booger there. Yeah. And then of course my beautiful cuts along here. Yeah, let's see some comments on that. You know, I don't really care. It's on the inside of it. I'll put all the screws in. Of course, my screws are a little misaligned. Who cares? It's on the inside of it. I don't really care. Maybe some of you guys would. Maybe your wife wouldn't like it. Let me know. But anyway, so if you like my concrete job, of course, you guys are skeptical about that. These things you're not moving these. I mean, you guys that saw the concrete we did, you might say, oh no, that's not going to hold up. Right. Man, I'm going to tell you, these things are in the ground. You are not getting these things back out. They are not going to crack. It is not going to fall out of here. It is strong as hell. And I'm not even worried about the concrete at all. So if you watch that part of the video, you make a comment, go ahead, make a comment on that as well. So anyway, that's what we ended up with. Our mounting system is over here. I'm actually going to put a button inside so you can push the button so I can open the gates from the inside of the garage or inside the house. I haven't figured out where it's going to be, but I'm going to put a button in. And then all my wiring will be protected when I get done. I'll go ahead and put this up against here so that my wiring is protected from, mainly for the dog. You know, if the dog comes over, he might like to chew on those. He might get mad at it or something. Think it's a snake, try and bite it or something, who knows. But I'll protect those with some flexible conduit for there too. So anyway, but that's what we ended up with. Let's see it from the inside. See, I say look. I really liked how they turned out. The wood looks fantastic to me. So that's all that matters. If you guys don't like it, that's okay. They're exactly what I wanted. And it saves me about an hour a day almost, because I'm constantly opening this gate, and I'm going to eliminate that gate back there by just actually putting a fence in that goes along over here. I don't need 2 electric gates. It'd be kind of crazy. Which wouldn't be hard to do, actually. I could probably put one there. It's really not expensive. I can shut that again. See what it looks like from the inside. See, they go fast. They go slow. It does that automatically with that opener. They just work great. And it's a very nice soft close. And I had to make my own stop on the doors and everything. Actually, I just took these and I just extended them all the way out, and that's where my stop was. So I just used that. And then I had to also, after they were bolted on, I actually welded it to the bracket because we found that we couldn't get these things tight enough to stay in place. So if you're having that problem, it might be a good idea. Find the right place and then weld it. Way to do that for you. So anyway, that's it. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let everybody know. Share it somewhere. Put it on your Facebook, wherever you want. All right, talk to you in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.